I encourage anybody who is contemplating entering into an agreement, particularly where they are the financially better off party, to contemplate not only entering into an agreement that quarantines what they own and provides for some division of joint property, but also to consider making some additional provision for the other party. Whilst there's no requirement for an agreement to be fair and equitable at first instance, some of the grounds for challenging an agreement do import notions of fairness, and for that reason, rather than entering into an awful agreement that essentially provides what's yours is yours and what's mine is mine and there's no other provisions, I encourage you to think a little bit broader in ensuring that the agreement is a fair agreement. Another misconception that ought to be allayed is that these are fairly straightforward documents, a bit akin to going down to the newsagent and picking up a will kit. Indeed, these agreements are far from a simple document. They require specialist treatment. The documents are tailor-made to the specific needs and circumstances of each party. The documents are complex. They take a significant amount of time to prepare with the input of both parties and their lawyers. They are very costly documents to prepare, but the money that is expended in preparing a properly formed agreement will pale in comparison to the legal costs if you don't have a properly prepared agreement, or you don't have an agreement at all and you find yourself at the end of a relationship having to litigate your matter in court. So be wary of entering a kit form of agreement because they may not meet the requirements of the law. The process of entering an agreement is quite involved, and I work to a checklist and a flowchart that I've prepared which covers off the many steps involved in preparing an agreement, from meeting the client at the initial interview, taking initial instructions, understanding the purpose of the agreement and what they actually want to achieve with the agreement, providing the client with advice at the earliest instance so they understand what is required under the law, moving through to the disclosure process, which can often be very difficult, particularly where there is intergenerational family wealth involved and other family members are required to provide information that may be both confronting and a breach of their own privacy, but essential to ensuring these agreements are held up. Once the agreement is in a shape that you are happy with, we then provide it to the other lawyers who will review it with your partner. And once the agreement gets to the point where everybody is satisfied that it is in a position to be signed, then we enter the next crucial step in preparing an agreement, which is providing the legal advice that is required at law. The advice that requires us to give you advice concerning the nature and effect of the agreement and the advantages and disadvantages of entering into the agreement. Once that advice has been given, you'll be given a statement of independent legal advice, which a copy will then be provided to your partner's lawyers as well. We are then in a position to sign the agreement. Particularly with front-end agreements, I like, where it's possible, to have all the parties meet at the one venue to sign off the document at the one time to ensure that we do comply with all the requirements of the law. Our family law team has particular expertise and a reputation in preparing agreements that are cross-border documents where there is a connection not only with the Australian jurisdiction but with other foreign jurisdictions where the parties may have connection, where they have property holdings, they may be employed, or they may be choosing to live at some point in time. It's imperative, as we've experienced, that you have not only advice from an Australian lawyer, but also from expert family lawyers in each of the connecting jurisdictions. We enjoy a close relationship with the best family lawyers around the world who have developed a network over the years, who have worked with us closely in the preparation of international agreements, and we can provide that expertise to you if you have a cross-border issue that needs to be covered off in your agreement. If you require any further information about prenuptial agreements or other forms of financial agreement, then do not hesitate to contact me or any other member of our team. If you refer to our website, you'll find a wealth of information about relationship agreements and articles that members of our team have prepared and delivered over the many years.